Hey guys, it's Ginger here, and welcome to this amazing, beautiful episode of Coffee and Songwriting. Instead of sharing songwriting tips, today I wanted to share some experiences that I've had as a songwriter full-time, and I wanted to share what it's actually like being a full-time songwriter, which may be different than what you are thinking it is. I'm going to share 5 things I'm going to share 5 realities of being a full-time songwriter. I work on Upwork, Fiverr, all those freelance sites, Sound Better, Air Gigs, all that stuff. And I don't want to get into numbers, but I make enough income to be full-time, on the lower side. I live in South Africa for now, so there's not many expenses here. But I'm a full-time songwriter. I don't have another job, so I wanted to share what it's like doing this. So for one, it's really hard, but it's really easy. So let me explain what that means. So it's hard because, for one, getting started is very, very hard. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of dedication, and it takes a lot of believing that you can do it, even if it seems like it's not working at all when you're first starting. So that part's hard. The other thing that's hard is keeping it going, constantly getting new jobs, constantly finding new clients. This is very, very hard for me, at least, and I'm looking for ways to not have to do this and for ways to have more passive income and more repeat business, which helps a lot. It's easy because I'm basically doing the same thing for every single client, and so the more that I do this, the more I'm able to get a streamlined process to creating a song for somebody. So I'm able to take their ideas, get the genre, create the music, and easily turn it into a finished song in sometimes 2 days if it's simple. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, in my situation, to be a full-time songwriter, you need to have client/people skills. This is because I'm freelancing. I'm not in Nashville booking the streets and working with people in writing sessions. I'm having to work with clients online. And I feel like you need very good people skills to do this because, you're creating relationships with these people. I feel like with any business, you need this skill. You need to have good people relationship skills, client skills, whatever. But particularly in this business, because the more repeat clients I have, the less hard I have to work. So if I have a repeat customer, I don't have to find that customer. That's another client that I have that month, and I don't have to find them. So it makes it a lot easier if people like me. And that can be hard for some people. Some people don't have that type of personality. I personally know people who don't have that personality and could never or would never want to do what I do. So you have to enjoy, getting somebody to have a good experience. You have to enjoy that customer experience. Little backstory about myself. I was a full-time pastry chef at a small mom and shop bakery, and so it was my job to create these amazing cakes for people and these amazing pastry orders and have a happy client and make it a great experience so they came back, and I really loved it. And so to be a songwriter, I'm basically doing the exact same thing, except instead of making a cake, I'm making a song. Instead of making a wedding cake, I'm making a wedding song, an anniversary cake, an anniversary song. So it's similar. That's one thing really cool, is any kind of business or job you do really well in, you're always learning something. So you can always take those same skills and apply it to your next endeavor. So number 3, for being a full-time songwriter, I don't have any off days. Now this doesn't mean I can't take a day off, but I'm never I feel like I can never be away from my phone, or I can never just completely unplug for the whole day because I'm missing clients. My response rate can go down, my response time can go up on Fiverr, so I don't want my response time to be 24 hours because that doesn't look good. And yeah, I feel like I'm constantly having to keep this train rolling, which is very difficult. So that is one of the downsides to being a full-time songwriter, and really to being any kind of freelancer, in my opinion. Number 4. Wearing all the hats is hard. When you're songwriting, producing, singing, mixing, mastering, editing, when you're doing all that yourself, it's very hard. And so I'm in the process of building a team. I have a mixing engineer who's fantastic. I am looking for an editor. I think I may have found one, but I'm not sure. I'm still looking. And so it's really helpful when you're not doing it all by yourself. For one, it's an easier workload for you. For two, you can charge more per job because you have all these people who are fantastic at what they do, and they're all doing it amazing, and then your project turns out far better. And number three is it's a lot easier, and number three is, I just had it in my head and I forgot it. Oh, number three. So number three is when you have these people on your team, this is in my experience, you're more accountable. So for instance, when I'm making a song and I know I'm going to be sending it to my mixing engineer, it has to be really good. Like, I can't send some crappy song that I spent an hour on and expect him to mix it. And I can't send crappy tracks and crappy vocals. It has to be fantastic also. So it creates a lot of accountability when you have a team, and I feel like you just do a better job overall because you're all working together, you're all trying to get this project amazing, and yeah, it's a beautiful experience. I love working on teams. Another backstory, when I was in bakery, that was one of my favorite things, was everybody working together to create this awesome experience for a customer, and we were a unit, you know, it was amazing. This is a South African rusk. Basically, it's like a biscotti, but it's really hard. So you have to drink it with coffee or tea, and you have to dunk it, or else it's like eating a brick. Number 5. One of the downsides to being a full-time songwriter and freelancer songwriting for other people is that my own music is not at the forefront of my time. Yeah, and sometimes it's not my top priority, so that's unfortunate. So, this kind of all turns into you have to manage your time well. Because if I end up, you know, just working for clients for the next 10 years, and I never do anything with my own music, then what have I really gained? Yes, it's a lot of happy clients, but, you know, why did I start the music business? To make my own music and do that. So, yeah, you have to manage your time. You have to make sure your own projects are getting done. And it just makes you feel more fulfilled. It makes you feel like what you're doing is right. It makes you feel like you're not just wasting your time working for other people. So, yeah. That's 5 realities to being a full-time songwriter. Like I said, I'm not in Nashville. I'm not doing the whole Nashville thing. So maybe other full-time songwriters have a completely different experience than me. But I'm a freelancer. I work on Upwork, Fiverr, all that stuff, all those sites. I wanted to share with you and share what it's really like in case you're considering. I still think it's pretty awesome though. So yeah, super grateful. Keep at it. I know you can do it. It just takes a lot of dedication and a lot of time and a lot of belief in yourself that you can do it and that it's worth it once you get it going. It really is. So thanks for watching. Happy writing.